Warning: the following podcast is intended for Wicked Souls only and should not be broadcasted on any other media outlet other than Interfederation Radio. Failure to comply will have dire consequences, and you will have to answer to Flip and Commissioner Mayhem. And trust me, you don't want to fuck with Flip and Mayhem. Listener discretion is advised.
You're listening to the voice of IWA Flip here on Interfed Radio. With me today in studio, the commissioner of the Wicked Warz League, Melvin Mayhem, and special guest, the Wolf Tyrant. Gentlemen, welcome in.
How's it going, Flip?
Welcome. Wolf Tyrant, how you doing, sir?
Oh, doing great. How are you today?
Oh, I'm fantastic, man. You know, I had the opportunity to watch some of your fighters hit the ring here in the Wicked Warz League, and I'm just, it's an honor to have you here and, be able to talk a little bit about these guys and give us a little more info as to, who they have their eye on, who they're coming after, and maybe who they have a little history with. So, I said, Commissioner, I know signing players like, the Wolf Tyrant's cast here, this is another big signing. I mean, because I heard the history. Like I said, I had the privilege, to catch a little, before airtime, and these guys and the crew that he's bringing, amazing.
Oh, definitely. I mean, again, with the whole WWL theme, I did want to have a good mix of up and coming managers, which I do. I have a lot. But then I also made sure to make it a point to try to get in these veteran, wrestlers. And I scoured the entire IWA. I kept my eye on certain people. And, once I caught wind of, the ECL's, I guess, inevitable demise, which is unfortunate because it was a great league. I was involved in that league myself. I was actually co-commissioner at one time with Giuliano. But there was some, particular cast of characters over in the ECL that I definitely wanted to bring over into the WWL. So I reached out to Mr. Tyrant here, and we had a discussion, at first there was a little bit of pushback, but eventually, the Zeros kind of nailed it and brung them in. So here they are.
Nice. Yeah, nice. That those Zeros really had a way with my guys and gal.
Yeah, I'm sure they appreciated that.
About that.
Yeah. So again, now I have them in the WWL, and now they're part of, what we have going on. So I'm actually very, very, enthusiastic about the future of the WWL. Having them on board is amazing. So
now Wolf Tyrant, I know. Are we going to start with anyone in particular, or do you want to start with anyone, Commissioner, in terms of his fighters?
Absolutely. And you know who I'm going to bring up, Mr. Tyrant. Let's talk about Mr. Skyblade, the Tiger King, shall we?
Okay. What do you want to know about him?
Well, first, I guess you can give the folks at home listening in on this a little history about Skyblade, what league he's been in, what he's done, some of his achievements. So if you can grace us with that information, that'd be great.
Okay. Skyblade has been around for quite a few years. He's been in the not the Danger Head League. He was in the Devil Inside League, the DIL. He was the Prince of Darkness champion over there for almost 2 years straight before he got beat.
Wow.
Yeah, and he won that like 4 or 5 different times, but that one reign he had was almost 2 years straight. And he turned back every challenge he had.
Wow.
So
nice. Now, yeah. I always ask this, Wolf, because managers always say, hey, you know what? I had this. I'm the best. I had it for this month. But I want to know opponents. Who give me one of the bigger names that you knocked, or that tried to knock you off.
A guy by the name of Gravedigger.
The Gravedigger.
Yeah, he was probably Sky's big arch enemy in that league. they traded titles from time to time.
Awesome, awesome. I just like to always, bring in an opponent just in case, these airwaves get out there. I just want to make sure people are aware who the target, who that opponent was, because it's always fun to, catch these old school rivalries and record them a little bit here on Interfed, because I think they deserve the airtime.
Yeah, definitely. As far as the rest of his feuds over there, I'd have to review bulletins, and I've got them put up somewhere. So, sorry I didn't bring that out, but yeah, I can't remember everything that went on in that league. It's been a while.
Oh yeah, no, and that's another thing. Well, you've been in this in the association for years, you say, since.
Yeah, since '91.
Oh man, yeah. So, we usually say the '80s folks are the legends. I mean, but yeah, '91. I'm definitely still put you in that legendary category around here, because, wow, that's awesome, brother.
Yeah, I believe I was 14 back then, so started out young.
Nice. Now, in terms of Skyblade or Slingblade, excuse me, right?
Skyblade.
Skyblade, yeah.
It is Skyblade. Okay, yeah. In terms of Skyblade, how many years has he been around?
I'd say probably about 12.
Oh, all right. So he's up there in wins and losses.
Yeah, he has 1,655 wins as of late.
Awesome. And how many stars?
57.
Oof. Nice.
Yeah. He's definitely a grizzled veteran.
Oh yeah. Throughout the IWA, anybody over 40, I put in that main event status. They're definitely main eventers if they have, if you can get up to them 40s.
Oh yeah. Now, Mr. Wolf, you care to touch on his history in the ECO? Because that's pretty much where, correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of his career, that's where he shined the most, if you ask me.
Yeah, in the ECL, he was over there for several years, and he was the reigning United States champion when I left that league with him. So, and well, he was the reigning U.S. champion until the commissioner vacated, and I guess he kept the belt because no one else came in to be a commissioner. So, the reigning United States champion.
Nice. He's like it defuncted to him and nobody else, so he held it. He kept it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh yeah, you got to do it.
He defended it, kept keeping people from getting to it, and then the commissioner, for some reason, I don't remember exactly why, he vacated, and well, he was the champion, so that's what he's gonna be.
Now,
and now he's gunning for any title in the WWL, and nobody's safe. I'm gonna tell the fans that are listening right now, they should tell their wrestlers, just go ahead and forfeit.
You're like, might as well throw in the towel early, save your wrestler the embarrassment.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, listen. So far, he's backing up his words. I mean, just to touch on some of the stuff, he's already been a champion. He's already a former Whispered Agony champion. And this cycle actually that just passed, he had the most wins. His record was 31 wins with only 7 losses, no ties. So that's pretty impressive, if you ask me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely an impressive character.
Oh yes.
And his size, I mean, he's 7 foot tall, 350 pounds. I mean, he's a big guy.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be swinging downward. Just watch out, watch out. Now, Slingblade. I mean, the Skyblade has opponent here. Rival.
Yeah, the irritated cannibal.
Yes, he does.
Now, what can you tell me about that rivalry?
Well, that's been a close rivalry. I mean, those two are trading wins on each other. They've been doing that since the ECL.
I remember it
Yeah.
too. Speaking on that rivalry, it got to a point where Flip, you might not know, but in ECL at one time we were again. This was right around the time that the commissioner stepped down. So, this is another reason why I had to get him over so they could continue this feud with Cannibal in the WWL. But there was a point where they were both like being pushed like to the moon because at one point I think for a few cycles there, like they were the two men just no one was touching them. They were grabbing belts. Cannibal was the hardcore champion. He was on his way to become the first ever two-time ECL commissioner title holder. That had never happened, and he was almost about to do it. And I do believe at that time too, Skyblade was going to do the same thing. He was United States champion, as he mentioned, and he was also a number one contender for the Universal title. And they were on a collision course in order to become the first double, commissioner title holder, and it never happened. So, unfortunately, because of circumstances, that couldn't be controlled, they never got to play that story out. But now here in the WWL, it's another story. So now they get to rekindle that rivalry, and that's one of the biggest feuds that I'm keeping my eye on moving forward.
Oh, that's always exactly like a few other people that are rekindling their rivalries here in the WWM. It's a great thing to revisit, man.
Definitely.
I'm looking forward to it as much now, even more.
Yeah. And one more
Yeah.
question regarding Skyblade. Can you tell us a little about the tiger itself? It looks like I guess he manifests and either turns into a tiger, or is that some kind of illusion? Can you touch on that a little bit just for the fans at home?
He's kind of a reverse of the werewolf legend. You know how in a werewolf legend the man turns into the wolf.
Correct.
Well, he's a tiger that can turn into a human and then compete.
Ah,
The
So
power,
he's
the
kind
power,
of reverse.
the power of the ring.
Yeah,
there you go.
you can say that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he definitely he's an impressive creature, that's for sure. And our monster rivalry between the Cannibal and Skyblade, that's definitely gonna get heated.
Oh yes.
Oh
Now,
man.
speaking of real quick, speaking of beasts, because you mentioned some beasts and monsters, just to because I do know you have a long list of clients that came over to the WWO. I don't want to just keep all the shine on Skyblade, but there are a few others there. There's one character in particular that I'm actually interested in learning a little bit more about, and that's the Beast. Can you tell me a little bit about this character, his background, and is he also kind of like the whole werewolf? Themed, and how does that play out with his character?
Well, his character is going to be the beast. Well, the Beast of Leguevedon. If you know the werewolf legend, the Beast of Leguevedon is a French werewolf that supposedly happened really back in, like, I don't know if it was like the 1600s or the 1700s, but there was something that was killing off villagers, and it was supposed to be some sort of beast, and they called it the Beast of Leguevedon because that's the town that it originally. So
But he has ties in reality, basically, is what you're saying.
yeah, and I have not divulged the handler yet because the two have not been doing any trash talk. But in the coming months, there's going to be a handler that brings the beast and the blue dragon to the ring.
Awesome.
These two are creatures of mystic proportions, you could say, and they have a handler, and they're a tag team. They're not going to do much singles wrestling. I mean, the minimum of one that you have to because of IWA rules, but for the most part, they're a tag team.
You're like, we're gonna get them. We're gonna get them the eligibility for activity, and other than that, they're sticking to the tag.
Exactly. And
Nice.
that's Beast of Leguevedon and Blue Dragon of Destiny. So that's the tag there.
Nice.
And things like that, Wolf, I think are very important because a lot of managers they come in and they have a hard time working their whole cast and working their you know because I do consider, the work that we do behind scenes, work, because, you have to be able to sell. You got to be able to push a product, and to be able to split your class into, a tag team fraction, a singles, and do you have a female fraction there as well?
Yeah, the Mistress of Pain, Susie Street. Susie
Ah,
Sweet. Yeah.
well,
Who
can you work?
is currently the Ending Misery champion.
Yes, she is.
Nice, congratulations. Now,
Well, thank you.
what can you tell us about her? Does she have long-standing history, or is she?
She's a new one for me. So she has really no history except for what's going on in WWL right now.
Nice, a
And
rookie, a rookie.
yeah,
Golly.
a plain old ordinary rookie. Well, she's not ordinary, but she is definitely a rookie, and she's already making headwaves. I think because I think Miss Eva Danger was saying something about her online.
Well, actually, it's funny you mentioned that because Susie Sweet took the belt off of her this cycle. So that's the reason why I think Miss Eva Danger got a little heated.
Yeah,
Ooh, that'll get you some heat real quick.
Oh, yeah. She called her out right away and said, I'm coming for you, bitch.
Oh, man.
So it's gonna get interesting. Susie officially has a target on her back, and from not only just anybody, but from Miss Eva Danger herself. So
Yeah, because
yeah. Well, she would have me tell you all right now. She is fully capable of handling herself in the ring. So to all comers, just bring it.
nice.
yeah, because words are just words, but when you've already taken gold, that's
That's,
those are fighting words now.
Yeah.
but
She's
again,
doing more than just
not only just taking gold, but it's who she took it off of.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I mean. I mean, normally you can just talk the talk and blah 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 blah, but now you're talking the talk with the backing from it. Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Right. So this is gonna get interesting. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this feud.
So is that the only female wrestler you're contracting right now, Wolf? Or
Yep, that's the only one so far.
so now the next fraction, is it another? Are we dealing with another couple of tag teams, or are we dealing with a couple more singles fighters?
I have a 6-man team called the Flamingo Brothers.
The
They're
Flum.
the Johnny the Jet Flamingo, Donnie the Blazing Flamingo, and Juan Flamingo.
I love it. I love it.
And they've been, I mean, they've been around different times during my career in the IWA. Different leagues. They've had different commissioner 6-man titles, and I have fun managing them because they are high octane and they have fun in the ring and outside the ring. That's basically what they do is party.
Nice, nice. So they're like, you know what? They're an A+ addition to the caravan.
And, and they're pushing merchandise, so it's
oh
working.
yeah, oh yeah. The entourage definitely needs them around, man.
The merch sales are going up because of these guys. So keep it up. They're doing
now,
something correct.
now again, that's another wonderful thing. I mean, now you got your 6-man, you got your tag, you got your singles, you got your female wrestler. I mean, your promotion is locked and secured in every division here in the WWL. I mean, and some managers may be new to the game and they don't understand how hey, you know what, when you got that attention directed towards each division, you can definitely work strategies amongst the wrestlers, and then they mesh.
Yep, they do.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people were asking me when I first started the WWO, why is my limit 8 and not the 6 like the other elite leagues are. But it's for this very reason. And once I explained that to some of the managers, they kind of had that aha moment, because if you're running a 6-man limit, which is fine, but you're only limited to what is a 6-man team, a tag team, and then you have one left over. So you're either going to make it a guy or you're going to make it a female, and that's it. In the WWL with the roster limit, you can expand on that. So now in his case, Wolf went ahead and brought in a dedicated 6-man. You know, you got your tag team coming up, but then you also have 2 dedicated men's singles and you have a women's representative. So to me, that's why, you know, I decided on doing the 8-man limit and pulling away from the elite leagues for this very reason that you're hearing right now.
Yeah, definitely adds a little bit more spice to it. So
Definitely.
Yeah. And I really do like that because I mean you have that 6-man, the 3-man crew, and then you have the 2-man crew, so it leaves you 3, and that's why I have 2 guy wrestlers and a female for the singles.
Okay,
And,
so we mentioned Skyblade. We mentioned
There's one left.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wait a minute. We mentioned I forgot her name. What was her name again?
Susie Sweet.
Susie
Mistress
Sweet.
of Pain. She's
The
the mistress of pain.
That's what I was looking for. I know she had a name. I was like, no, she was not just Susie Sweet. She's the mistress of pain, Susie Sweet.
Oh yeah, and she brought the pain to Eva Danger.
Yeah,
well, there is one more character left actually, and he's a character I'm actually interested in finding out more of. That's Vinny Valentino, correct?
Yep, Vicious Vinny Valentino. Now,
Tell us about this gentleman.
Flip, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Name dropping. Is that forbidden on your show, or how do you want to do this? Because see, my guy Vinny Valentino is kind of a paying homage to a guy that trained me whenever I was in pro wrestling.
Oh, in terms of like name dropping,
because that's his name.
A manager?
Yeah, no, actual wrestler.
Oh yeah, no, you can definitely, you can definitely mention wrestlers. Yeah.
Yeah. See, Vinny Valentino, when back in between 2002 and 2006, I went to a wrestling school and was going to be in wrestling. They used me as a referee mainly. One of the refs that got beat up all the time.
Nice.
But Vinny Valentino was one of the ones that trained me to be a wrestler. So I kind of made him to be in the WWL as one of my guys.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Nice.
Yeah. You like to pay a little homage back to the school and to the training and everything.
Exactly.
Oh, nice. Now, Vicious Vinny is rookie.
No, he's been in the ECL for a while. He was in the ECL. That's why he's got a 293, 38, and 14 record.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So he comes ready to rock.
Yep. He's kind of a seasoned vet now, at least for a year.
Nice. Now, Wolf, when you travel throughout the IWA, there's I like to call them like promotions, different managers, different associations that you kind of intermix with. Are there any fractions that you've tangled with over the years that you once you came to the WL that you caught their eyes again?
No, not really. I came into the WWL and I think Commissioner Mayhem is the only one I've had dealings with in other leagues that I'm aware of.
Well, actually, no, that is not actually no, because Giuliano was in ECL as well.
I forgot about Giuliano because I forgot.
And actually, in the last podcast we did, Survivor actually gave some praise to Mr. Skyblade.
Cool. Yeah.
So there's definitely be there between the dynasty and your clients there.
Yeah. There's going to be that's going to be a rivalry there too. Probably the same caliber that me and you have with Skyblade and the Cannibal.
Absolutely. Giuliano's looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh no, so that makes it even more interesting that there's a lot of new managers you're going to get to intermingle with, because the cast that Melvin's pulled together is a trash talk rich crew, man. I mean, I'm just like, oh yeah, this is going to be a fun 2019, let me tell you.
Yeah, they're gonna keep me on my toes.
Yeah. 2019 is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah. And for me, it's funny because that's the reason why I started the league when I did. Initially, I was gonna actually, truth be told, I was gonna hold off on the entire, WWL until the January. It's like I was gonna start fresh for the start of the year, but then I thought about it. And I said, first, let me see how much interest I would have in the league, and then it just became overwhelming. The interest that some of the managers were showing right off the bat as soon as I mentioned the league and what I was trying to do. But then I figured, you know what, let me start around a little, 2, 3 months earlier, so that way by the time the new year comes around everyone's already established, like the main players that are going to take the league into the next year. And to me, it's actually, I feel it's paid off, I guess, because you see, the activity, the trash talk being sent in, the feuds are already starting. The pay-per-view is going to, culminate at the start of the year. So we're starting off the year with a pay-per-view, which is great. And, to see the league progress from there is going to be amazing now that we already have established, veterans and newcomers alike heading into the new year.
Oh no, I mean it's definitely gonna take shape in these next couple of cycles, and I think just kind of have that treadmill effect. It's just gonna shoot up and nonstop. Because Wolf, as you're sitting there and catching then taking all this in. Like we just mentioned, the Dynasty and the historic one, Michael Giuliano. We had the Survivor, on air. We've had, Bishop Fate, and there's a cast here that already is, moving this game in a new direction. And you know, when you hear, something like, the Lords and the Legion of Darkness, what are your thoughts when you hear something like that, like Bishop Fate? Because it doesn't seem like he's pretty much concerned with anybody that's in this league. He just thinks he's going to run away with this.
Well, he's going to find out that ego can be the downfall of a career. Because I'll tell you this, he may think that he's going to run roughshod over everybody, but I can tell you from my guys' perspective, they think the same thing, and they're going to do anything in their power to make sure that they are standing alone in that ring. So, that being said, we'll see how he fares against a whole league that's probably thinking the same thing that I'm thinking.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I mean he came on air, and I'll tell you what impressed me about him, Wolf, is that he was he was already tactical, because he had his target set. He's like, look, we're gonna take out the Justice, the Batman family. We're gonna take them out. So his game plan was on, and so hearing him at full speed already with a few cycles was pretty impressive. So definitely don't look away, or don't turn your eyes away from them, Wolf, because that Legion of Darkness is definitely not one to mess with. Because like I said, he was definitely very impressive, because hearing him and the and the Bishop and the rest of them, yeah, those guys are gonna definitely cause some mayhem around here. So watch out.
Pun
Yeah.
intended.
Well, the thing is talk is cheap. My guys, they have their actions inside the ring. They back them up. So we'll see how his guys can handle the pressure that Sky and them can put on them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, you know what? Anytime you got a tiger, anytime you got a tiger. Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, the tiger can be 20 feet from you, and you wouldn't even know it until he's right on top of you.
Next thing you know, he's tearing your brains out.
Love it. Love it.
Oh man, yeah.
That's one
So
of the
now,
things, that's one of the things I'm looking forward to the most because right now there's so many different fractions that it's unbelievable for a league in its infancy to already have so many stables just ready to just rip each other's throats out is incredible. I mean, I can name a bunch off the top. I mean, that we have Cyber Militia, we have Team Extreme, we have the Danger Corps, we have Las Mas Sexy, we have Annihilation Inc. We have your cast of clients that are coming into the league, well, that are already in the league. We have some inbound. There's just my and the Agents of Endgame, the Batman family. There's just so many groups that are just itching to get at it, to go at it and get these belts and try to I guess, to claim their dominance over the league. So it's going to be a really fun year just based off that alone.
Yeah. If 2018 is a testament to what 2019 is going to be, we're in for a good 2019.
Oh yeah. Now Wolf, when we had the Survivor on, so the Survivor is, he's an interesting individual because, he mentioned something about, the rub, and you hear that talk in locker rooms, and you hear about, I'm not going to waste my time on you because you're not worthy of the rub. What are your thoughts on the Survivor's words in terms of maybe not wanting to mix it up with your cast? Maybe he maybe he feels that way. Because he does about most of the characters in the WWL, because that's the reason he came here. He said, hey, you know what? I took a quick glance at what was here, and I nearly threw up.
Well, he must have amnesia, because we've battled before, and he should know that I'm no slouch. My guys, we back up our talk. So if he thinks he's gonna rub my guys, well, got something to tell him. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. They're gonna crush his hopes of being dominant.
Oh yeah. So now in terms of your characters and looking forward to the next couple of cycles, is there anybody in the league maybe that you've kind of kept an eye on, or are keeping an eye on, maybe possible series?
Well, the dentist impressed me, having 2 months of league championship reign. That definitely impressed me, and Big Sky may have to take him down a notch or two.
I love it. Oh yeah. So I mean,
and it was one of the Flamingo brothers that took his belt,
That's correct.
and then he
Nice.
wound up losing it, but it was him that dethroned him, kept him
Nice.
from winning that 3rd month in a row.
You're like, he had it from card number 4 to card, or from card to card. He had it for a few cards at least. He had it for a few
Yeah.
cards.
Let me interject. I got you know me, because I have my information in front of me just for instances such as this. I do believe it was a different title you're referring to, because actually the person that did dethrone Dinko was this cycle, and that was Daddy's Girl #2. So she was actually the one that dethroned Dinko and took the Crest of Chaos champion. So I think it was a different belt you might have been referring to. I'm not
No,
entirely
no.
sure.
What he means is, if you look at the cards and if you look at the main event matches, he beat Dentist initially and held it, until he lost it eventually to one of the other person, who eventually lost it to Daddy's Girl.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. That would be correct. Yes. In that case,
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I'm going by. But yeah, it
You know,
officially, I guess you could say Daddy's Girl #2 is the one that ended his reign. But
I'd like to throw this in, because this is the perfect moment for this, because going into 2019, we're going to hashtag every match matters, because some leagues
Nice.
like this, like the WWL, that get into it, and hey, some, like I said, every match matters. So yeah, some people are looking a little deeper than others, and Wolf, I'm right there with you, because yeah, I see what you're seeing.
Well, it's good. It's good too, because remember, Flip, I did mention to you, I think it was a couple weeks ago, that one of the main things that I want to start incorporating, it's going to take some time on my end to pull this off, because you see, I'm already tracking so much information, and I'm only one person doing this. But one of the things I wanted to do was to do a separate tracker for every single match that's taking place in the league. So I want to be able to know exactly who's beating who, when they beat them, who they haven't fought yet, how many times they fought a certain individual, because I feel that's going to help me. Again, that ties exactly into what you're saying right now with this whole every match matters, because I'll have visibility towards that. It's not just going to be, all right, I have the bulletin, I have to go in and search to see who it was, or I might forget after a few cycles. I'll have definitive proof right in front of me where I'll know exactly who that person fought since they've been in the league, who they lost to, who they tied with. I'm gonna have all that information. So I'd rather start it now that the league is still young. I'll be able to gather that information and have it ready for the start of the year. But that is something starting 2019 that I am gonna be tracking. I'm gonna know exactly who's doing what and how good they really are.
Yeah, it definitely leads into like what like the historic one was mentioning about the rub, or excuse me, like the survivor was mentioning because he said he's not going to sign against scrubs, he's not going to sign against the bottom 20, he's exclusively going to sign against those regionals against the league, top, upper echelons, if you would. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's definitely interesting, and just similar to like what we were mentioning about the family and Batman. Batman is expensive as all, and it's hard to sign Batman to a house show. So
Who
Yeah.
you telling?
Yeah,
so,
he brings in the. I mean, he has to have all that cash.
oh yeah, that damn what's his name, Bruce
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne. Dang it,
Yeah.
he's not cheap, man. He's not cheap. So. But yeah, when you do, like I said, I mean, yeah, I mean, so Wolf, you have no problem trying to sign contracts against the Batman because I'll tell you this, the Survivor, he said he wouldn't, he wouldn't be in the same arena as that man. He's all like, if he's on a pay-per-view, you take me off of the card.
Wow.
So like I'm telling.
He's
Tough
definitely
word.
full of well.
Oh yeah, like
But
I'm
that's
telling you that Survivor definitely, he has a very exclusive taste, and he said, hey, you know what? Don't put me on a card with that man. Keep
Yeah,
me, keep that guy. If you want to have a separate pay per view, I'll probably sell more
yeah.
tickets than the whole card on just my match alone. And I'm
that's
like,
it.
whoa, whoa.
Well, again,
So
remember, Flip, I did remind them that this is a whole new ball game. This isn't, it's not guaranteed that whatever success you had in the past is going to happen this time around because there's just too much talent here. And when I touched on that, this is one of the groups I was referring to was Wolf's clientele because these guys are established. They've been around. They know what it takes to win, and they're not going to let somebody like Survivor just come in and just run over them. It's not going to happen. It's not.
Yeah. It's definitely not going to happen. If he thinks it's going to happen like that, well, he's going to have some. He's going to face the consequences of that. I can tell you that right now.
oh yeah, you know what? With a league as diverse as the WWL is, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see all these mixes and matches. Like I said, I've got a good eye. There's a couple other managers that we're bringing in. One that's pretty much terrorized the IWA from Iron to Jade. Phantom Striker. We try to set up an interview with Striker and
I'm working on it.
well, no, I try to get him on air and trying to get him on the phone. He just hung up. He threw the phone. So I think I've given up on trying to reach out to Striker. I'm probably going to look to get Renegade Slade on, and I'll settle for the Renegade because Striker I don't think could sit in a chair long enough to have an interview.
Leave that up to me. I'll make sure he gets on it.
You're gonna tie him to a chair, or what the hell, man?
I'm gonna fucking chain his ass down and I'll make.
Oh, oh, that Striker. You know what, Wolf? Have you met those two? Striker or the Renegade?
Oh, Striker, I've heard about him, and Renegade, I have had run-ins with. So, uh, um, ally-wise, I don't think we've ever been really rivals, but
Oh, nice. So you've actually had the fortune of being on his better side.
if it's the same one I think it is, yeah, I have.
Oh, nice. Yeah, not too many people can can have that honor because yeah, he definitely like I said, he definitely sets it off. Like I said, we're trying to get him on air because there's a lot of questions we have for that guy. Oh yeah. Now, another one of the groups is AI.
Oh yes, Annihilation Inc.
Yep.
That's another group. Like I said, we've made the mistake of overlooking them in the first couple of shows. And Wolf, I'll tell you this, I'll never make that mistake again.
Nope.
Oh yeah, that's one of those groups. Have you encountered AI throughout your years?
Yeah, I have. In fact, some of my guys have AI in their stable initials.
Ah, nice, nice.
Kyle, I do actually know, so I know a few more than I thought. I don't know what my brain was thinking, but yeah, Jason Kyle, is that him?
Yep.
Justin Kyle,
Yep.
currently ranked
Yep.
number 5 out of the men's division. That's him.
Yep. Yep. We're in the same stable. Well, yeah, we are in the same stable, Virus.
That's correct.
Oh,
Mm,
I'm starting to sense some more backdoor shenanigans here, Wolf. Because the more I mention names, the more the cogs start turning, man. I don't know what's going on. I love it though.
uh, it must be yeah, must be my mind was a little blank.
Now, you
Yeah.
know what? It's definitely like I said, this league is full of, like I said, it's still everything's still coming together. So there's a lot of people who still haven't, ran into each other in the locker
Exactly.
rooms. Everything's still developing, like I said. So
Yeah.
when the lights shine brightest at Wicked City Chaos, I
Oh
think
God.
uh,
Get it.
I think everybody's gonna get that first wake up shot.
Yep.
Absolutely. And let me tell you again, at Wicked City Chaos, it's gonna be something huge going down. I'm not gonna say exactly what it is. There's actually two things that are gonna happen at Wicked City Chaos that are gonna shake the WWL to its foundation. So it's gonna be a cycle to remember. That's all I gotta say about
Ooh, I'm looking forward to
that.
it.
Oh man.
And
Now
big,
now
hey, Melvin,
Yeah.
Big Sky is looking forward to the challenge your cannibal's gonna have.
Oh, but
now is that your match for Wicked City Chaos there, Wolf, for the Skyblade?
yes, it is.
Yep. It's definitely definitely already been set in stone.
Hmm.
Now, what kind of match did they sign? What are we looking forward to there?
But this one here, I'll tell you right now because I think I changed it up last second. Give me 1 second. Let me opening it up right now because I recently updated all the matches, getting stipulations in place to make sure everything is ready to
Oh
go.
yeah,
Let's see. I have them. They're gonna be in a last monster standing match.
love it.
Good old last monster standing. Man, that's gonna be a barn burner.
Oh,
Sky,
sure is.
Skyblade versus
Irritated Cannibal.
Hey,
Irritated.
what arena are we supposed to be competing in? Or
Well,
do you
this is
have
gonna
that?
be in a war. This is gonna be in a War Room Stadium. It's being
Ooh,
announced this
cool.
cycle in the Wicked City Tribune.
Well, I'll tell you this, any regular venue would not be able to house those two fighting each other,
No,
especially the
exactly.
last.
That's why it's chose the War Room Stadium.
Cool. I think that can handle the two of them.
Oh yeah.
That's stretching
I
a
hope
bit.
so.
Uh,
I hope so.
Oh, nice. Yeah, like you said, you definitely have to, put a new platform together, because
Might have to reinforce the walls in the ring, but I'm pretty sure we'll pull it off.
oh man.
yeah, but if Sky has anything to do with it, he'll find something to somehow to destroy something.
Oh yeah.
Now, Wolf, I gotta get your opinion on something.
Okay.
Now, I'm having a little hard time, with this, and Commissioner Mayhem. I know he allows everything, and Hal Uranus.
Oh, how Uranus? Yeah.
Commissioner Mayhem has agreed to allow this gentleman to wrestle in the buff.
Interesting.
Listen, that's his character. I'm not gonna stop him from doing from wrestling comfortable. You know what I mean? If a
Yeah.
wrestler gets hit with the schlong, that's not my problem.
Ah,
Let's ask the duck.
I'm just thinking Hal would never want to be in a ring with the Tiger if he's going to be in the buff. I mean, come on.
He's probably
yeah,
gonna take it off and wave it around like he's a fucking bullfighter.
well, yeah. I mean, I feel, yeah, it's definitely on another level. It's definitely on another level. But again, it's just in terms of signing that match, just as you're signing the contracts moving forward, there, Wolf, just be careful when signing versus Hal. Just
Oh,
be
and
careful.
let me piggyback on that because he's actually him and Big Daddy Johnson have officially formed a tag team there. And would you like to know what the name of this tag team is?
Oh, I would.
Drum
Johnson,
roll?
Johnson
Drum
and
roll?
Uranus. I can't make this shit up. That's the official tag name for Big Daddy Johnson and Hal Uranus. You guys heard it here first. Their tag team name is Johnson and Uranus.
Oh man, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Watch out there. So, and again,
Wow.
Wolf, like I'm telling you, this place is definitely reaching new limits, and sometimes you got to be careful when signing that contract because if you're not, you're gonna get Johnson and Uranus, and and watch
Oh
out,
man.
and watch out, because oh my goodness.
Gotta be
Ah,
ready for anything.
Definitely. With a name like that, that's yeah. Priceless. Unfortunately, priceless.
oh man. I think we lost the commissioner there.
He's probably rolling on the floor laughing.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, like I said, this
Good.
place is
Good.
definitely one for the ages. Like I said, the Wicked Wars League has you covered from A to Z, I guarantee you.
Absolutely. They provide the comic relief. Just
Oh
ask
yeah.
the duck.
Just that's the duck. Oh
We
yeah,
got
this
we got everything in this league.
oh yeah. It's definitely like I said, it definitely has it covered, man. So again, Wolf, and it's interesting to see your take on all the mayhem and madness because, like I said, there's an exclusive and elite group that like I said, they've already come on air. They don't want to rub with everybody, so you
Correct.
know, I'm definitely gonna also keep the Survivor coming on because, like I said, it definitely is needed here as well because I actually put you in that same group there, Wolf, because managers like yourself that are have very limited play throughout the association. You know, you know, you're the commodity. You're the commodity. You're you're what people definitely come and try and you know try and get a rub against you guys because going up against Skyblade, the Survivor, and and Cannibal are that's what people are looking for. So believe it or not, you guys are the attraction.
Yeah. Anybody that wants to be a big dog, they just got to come through us big dogs first.
Yeah, I agree.
There you
Now
go. And
now
I'm not
now
gonna I'm not gonna reveal too much either, but in this cycle, there is gonna be a segment, and Skyblade kind of lets some three certain individuals know what's coming and how he feels about them. So it's gonna be an eye opener.
Yep. Yep. And uh finding the place that we filmed at, that was
Oh
a
yeah.
hard that was hard to find, but I'm glad we did.
Oh yeah. It was great location for that one.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's gonna hit home when they see that. It's gonna have some impact.
Yeah. Would have
yeah,
had it would have had even more impact if we had more listed for that contract. I'm sure you've gotten more since
Oh yeah.
then.
Absolutely. Only 7 spots. I think seven or
That'll make
six.
it good.
So, like I said, by the time Wicked City rolls around, that it's gonna be completely locked in. So,
Awesome. We can get the ball rolling
oh yeah,
because I
and
know
like you said, Flip, that's gonna be the main attraction for the entire year next year. So that whole round robin tournament, it's gonna be a thing of beauty. But the payoff is great. You're talking 1 million in iCash, 25 free matches, and you get the briefcase. So any champion you want to go after, anytime, anywhere, any place, you can sign the match and perhaps win their belt. So
Nice. Now, Wolf. While we have you on air, allow me to, like they say, break the fourth wall for a little bit. With the way you guys pick your strategy there with your fighters, are you
Yeah.
flowing, a tag strat? Are you flowing a six or?
I'm doing the basic three singles strats. I'm flowing a tag and I'm flowing a 6-man.
Okay,
It,
perfect.
that's just the basic for the 8 members. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, and a lot of managers, that are, out there, listening. Like I said, the game does have its ins and outs. If that sounded like gibberish, reach out to one of us just to get a little more insight because, if you are going for a tag world or if you're going for a six world, yeah, there are certain ways to flow your strats, to kind of help you, succeed. Because that's another one of the things that we're mentioning here on Interfed is. Reaching out to some of the younger managers because like I said, everybody that's a veteran, pretty much has charts and has flows. So just to give people an idea that there are people out there helping.
Yep. And a little advice to people that may not know, but you probably ought to be awake when you're doing your strats because you might have something happen that happened to me this last cycle. I
doubled
doubled
up.
up. I doubled up a hole, and
Ah,
it cost me the world 6-man because I had 12 listed twice. It was a 30. I needed it at I put it at the 10th hold, and I
Damn.
needed a 29 there, and I would have had a perfect 6-man with perfect point flow.
Shit, bro. Yeah, you would have
But I
locked it in.
saw that the next day, and oh man, I was like, what in the world was I thinking?
It's funny that actually happened to me once with a single flow in BRL. I was actually I doubled up a hold, and in my case I would have had a 501 with a perfect point flow if I didn't double up, and I would have taken not only maybe had a shot at my first world, but I would have took the BRL credit too. So
Oh
that
man,
like you
that
wouldn't believe.
it
That
definitely hurts when that
that,
happens.
that one hurt.
yes. Again, so take some advice from the wolf and uh, wake up in the morning and do your strats when you're awake. Wake up in the morning.
Exactly.
Do them
Have that
early in the
call.
day. Do them at lunch after you've eaten, so you have some nutrition. Ah,
Coffee in your
Yeah,
system.
even though you're
doing it
not
one
gonna.
doing it 1 a.m. when you're getting ready to go to bed and you're just throwing it together and all that. Oh man, that's not a good thing.
Oh man. Now, in terms of trash talk, Wolf, do you enjoy longer pieces? Do you enjoy a slower series?
I enjoy both. I can do both and I can be in both. Doesn't
Nice.
matter to me. I go with how things are going through the bulletins, and I gauge how I'm going to do things.
So in
I,
this case, like with the Wicked Wars League, that Melvin has the pay-per-views pretty well structured. You're going to tailor it towards the next pay-per-view. Is that safe to say?
yeah, it's safe to say I'll do that for mostly. I mean, I may alleviate from that for the different characters. Depends on. I mean, if one of my characters isn't going to be in that next pay per view, I'll have them concentrating on starting something for the next one.
Gotcha. Perfect. Yeah. So that leaves you room to wiggle from one to the next.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Perfect. Now, commissioners, we got about a few more minutes before we reach that hour limit mark. Is there anything else we want to reach out and cover with the wolf?
I guess final thought would be as of right now, who's the number one person that as far as Skyblade is concerned, who is he gunning for? because again, there's so many people in the league right now, but I'm pretty sure there might be one or two that he's really, keen on getting either an angle started with or some kind of feud, but who would that be?
Well, he's still concentrating on Cannibal. You can't overlook Cannibal. So I mean,
I like
he's
that.
not really he's not really looking at anybody else except for Cannibal right now. But he does have his eye on Batman because Batman did say those things about him, and well, he's not ignoring them. He's just like
Perfect. I was hoping you would say that. Music to my ears.
Batman's saying that he's going to send him back to the zoo, and he took that.
What the hell?
It was like,
Oh.
Yeah,
wait a,
he had the audacity to say that one.
yeah,
Oh,
wait a
Batman.
minute. I mean, I've never been in a zoo.
Oh,
Let me tell
man.
you, right now, Batman's making a lot of enemies.
Yes,
Well,
he is.
well,
But
I mean, he's fortunate that that some people are going to be, willing to sign him because this is awesome.
Oh, he's got about four different fractions coming after him. So I mean, this is what he wanted. He said he wants to rid the WWO. He's like the vigilante killer. So he wants to bring justice to the league. So this is his chance to prove it.
that does impress me because Big Sky over the years in the leagues, he's always been the guy that went out and made enemies because, as he always said, when you're the champion and when you're making enemies, your victims have to come to you. So, in that sense, Batman's doing his thing, and he's going to have a lot of freebies coming up. But the thing is, can he back up his talk?
Yeah.
What we're gonna have to see and find out what goes on.
We'll find out soon enough.
I love it. I
Yep.
love it, guys. Gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and sign us off right there. You've been listening to Commissioner of the Wicked Warz League, Melvin Mayhem, the Wolf Tyrant himself, and myself, IWA Flip. You guys have a good evening. Take care, gentlemen.
Take care, Flip.
Thank you, Flip. Glad to be on the show. Have a good coming month.
Take it easy, brother. 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 Take it easy.